Hey everybody, Joe here.
Hey, it's Travis.
And this is Candid at the Movies. Today we're going to talk, I don't even know what we're going to name this thing.
I don't know, we're bringing hot takes back.
Bringing hot takes back, that's it.
There we go.
Today's hot take topic has to do with enjoying horror while being a Christian, which is what I am and what he is.
Yeah.
I'm also a pastor, so I'm more of a church-going Christian.
I'm a heathen, so, you know. You can just say that, I'm a heathen.
So, I'll tell you why this conversation came about.
Okay.
Right, Travis. So, over the last few years, I've loved horror films for a long time. Right.
Definitely.
I even took a class in horror films in college and really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. One of the issues now that I'm a pastor, people always ask me, how do you, as a Christian, enjoy watching horror films?
Right.
And I don't get that question about any of my other hobbies. All right. I'm a big nerd, right? So comic books, other books, biblical studies, obviously, history, wrestling. I love wrestling. Yeah. Anime, manga. Some of that stuff is really weird.
Yeah, you can get there.
I don't get questioned about any of that until I say I enjoy horror, and then they, how dare you?
Clutching pearls.
Clutching. and I'll start off by saying this. My religion is not contained by what I'm afraid of.
That's a good way of putting it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think, just like you stated, with anything, I think horror hasn't really got a bad rep in the world. Mm-hmm. It may have gotten a bad rep with Academy Awards because they can barely get one.
Yeah.
But I think, at least when it comes with religion, it gets a bad rep because I guess with religion, people don't want to see the bad sides of life. Mm-hmm. And that could go on many angles. A lot of people are just going to assimilate that all horror movies deal with the devil. Yeah. Which is far from it. I know it's a lot of the big things in the 70s where it was like the satanic panic and all of that going on. With like Helter Skelter, and you also had The Exorcist and all stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that played into it in the 70s. Yeah. But I think in the long run, there are other forms of horror you can watch that's not devil related.
Yeah. And I think that especially here in America, that's a result of binary thinking.
It is.
So what is binary thinking? It's when if it's not one thing, then it's something else. Right. So what you're saying is if it ain't God, then it's got to be the devil.
Every bit of it.
And if it ain't Democrat, then it's got to be Republican.
Right.
If it ain't male, then it's got to be female.
Every bit of it.
Right. So like that dichotomy is like, that doesn't work in real life.
It doesn't.
Because not everything that ain't Christian is demonic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not everything that isn't. I was just having this conversation about non-binary people.
Right.
Right. And I heard a pastor say something about how there's no such thing. God made them male and female. And I was like, there are 140 million humans that cannot be categorized as male or female.
Exactly.
By birth. Not just like by what they feel like they are inside, but by birth. That you're saying they don't exist. Are you saying that intersex people don't exist? It's stuff like that really kind of use your mind, people.
Yeah. More than anything, use your mind. Because like you stated, there's so many different people in the world. Yeah. Let alone people want us to believe in all these new forms of food that's coming out that's made scientifically. Yeah. You want to believe in that, but you don't want to believe in different people in the world. That's a whole nother subject in the world.
That's a whole different thing.
Even like you stated, with people looking at you different because you are a person that watches horror, these are the same people that can still watch other things that are probably worse than certain other horror movies that are out there.
Oh my God.
Like, as much as people love John Wick movies, there's a lot of death.
A lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
Death.
And even though you don't want to admit it, it's a lot of gore in those movies.
It is.
And compared to some horror movies we watched just this year, we're not as gory as a John Wick movie. Yeah. If you look at Companion, there's maybe a handful of scenes where you see someone get stabbed in the neck, and then everything else is a usual gunshot.
Yeah. And I also wanted to kind of talk about this too, because I believe that if Sinners wasn't a horror film, we would have sold out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate those that came out.
Yeah, we appreciate those.
y'all.
Yeah, that came out. But if it weren't a horror film, we would have sold out. Like I thought. This is what I thought. It's Ryan Coogler. It's Michael B. Jordan. Which, Two times. Two times Michael B. Jordan. And I try not to look at the fresh, scores or whatever on Rotten Tomatoes, but they got certified fresh super early, like 100%. And the fact that I would be like, hey, we having this, and everybody would chicken out because it's a horror film, but not only chicken out, but look at me like I'm crazy for enjoying the horror genre, kind of pissed me off.
Speak your truth, man. Speak your truth. We both said early in January that this was one of the movies we wanted to do a private screening for. I was totally fine with it because I was just like, hey, it's gonna be a good time. Turnout's gonna be good, but like you stated, we heard that excuse. Has this got anything to do with the devil? We didn't make the movie, so we didn't know what the movie was. We knew vampires.
Exactly.
That's it. I don't know if we can do this because it's going to be in March. Then it got moved to April. Y'all going to do this on WrestleMania weekend?
Yeah.
Y'all going to do this on Easter weekend? I don't know if I need that spirit in me. I don't even know if I need that. And the whole time we're looking at them just like, even if you don't want to come, one, you can still support us. We're not going to say nothing about that.
Right.
But you can still support us or just give something a chance that's different.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps preaching about how they want original movies.
That part.
This is an original movie. This is done by a black artist. You want to support black artists and everything that they do, but you chose your fear over giving something different a chance.
Unfounded fear.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
With everything they showed in the trailers, they really didn't even spoil anything because there was so much more that happened in the movie.
And it was one of the best movies I've seen since 2022.
It's an amazing film.
Yep.
Still go support it.
Definitely still go support it.
Yeah.
But one thing that I wanted to say about the demonic, right? They talk about, I don't, guard your eye gates and your ear gates and all that stuff, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true. There's a certain aspect that is true. You should guard your eye gates and your ear gates and all that stuff. Yeah. That's awesome. But a lot of the demons that you're letting in ain't got nothing to do with the television or music that you're listening to or watching.
It doesn't.
It really has more to do with why don't you kick the person that's in your bed out?
Message.
That you fornicating with or committing adultery with.
Message.
Why are you gossiping and lying on people?
Message.
Why are you sowing seeds of division amongst your friends and church members? And that's the demon. That's the demon. It's got very little to do with a movie called Sinners.
Right. And honestly, this is not even us spoiling anything. The movie is literally has 2 scenes in the church.
Yep.
That's it. There's no talks of it talks about the devil, but when you watch the movie and see more into it, there are other aspects that can be, like Joe said, part of a devil.
Yep. And the only person that cursed anybody was the pastor.
Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation right there. People don't want to have.
Right.
But more than anything, like Joe stated, anybody that watches anything, they're not a bad person. There are divisions of any form of movie media that you can say can fall under the demonic phrase or the fact that you I don't want to watch this at this time, which is okay. You can watch what you want to, but don't be hypocritical saying everything is this when it's really not.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it is.
And it's also your overactive imagination.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That is big for just a lot of people and a lot of things.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand spiritual stuff, so they think it's the woo, in the corner. It's not that.
It's not. You could easily just say that about the Woman in Black that came out recently.
Yeah.
A lot of people were thinking that was going to be a demonic horror when it was actually a talk about, no spoilers here, but it was actually a talk about your mental and physical well-being after losing a close person in your family.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. That's a dark subject on its own, but a lot of people didn't want to watch it because they were like, oh, it's devil related. It wasn't.
Nope.
It deals with more stuff that you inside don't want to bring out to people.
Yeah, that's it. So much fear to go around.
It is.
But, I mean, I got to call y'all out because
Get up.
if the devil is already defeated, then what you scared of? Right? We go to church and we sing, we got the victory, and
Right.
we victory is mine, victory today is mine, and so we're supposed to walk with that type of confidence and all that stuff. But then when you leave the church, you walk like you're scared.
Right.
Was fear something that God gave you? No. So what's the?
Ultimately, folks, give things a chance.
Yeah.
Not even if it's just us giving y'all movie recommendations, let alone just life recommendations or just things in general. Give something a chance instead of showing fear.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something obvious we're trying to get y'all to watch and you're completely against it, totally understand. But don't come up with excuses for the simple thing. I'd rather hear you just say, I don't have the money and I can't make it.
Right.
Instead of just, oh, I don't know, this might be about God, this might be about religion. Just say you can't go.
That part.
It's okay. We're not gonna have y'all out here like, oh, we're gonna watch the extended cut of House of a Thousand Corpses. That's obviously
Right.
that's obviously gonna have something about the devil in it because it's done by Rob Zombie. I like his stuff.
I like
not
his stuff
all
too.
of it, but obvious stuff. We know we're not gonna have y'all out there for that.
I watched a couple of Rob Zombie horrors when I was doing that class.
Some of them good, some of them bad.
Yeah.
That's the best way to play.
Exactly. It's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're getting.
And a lot of times, really, like, what's the difference between horror and comedy, Travis?
Oh, the music.
The music.
It's really it.
I saw this thing on YouTube, and we might be able to pull this up
Mhm.
and put it in the description.
Yeah.
I saw this thing on YouTube where they changed the music of Mary Poppins and turned it into a horror.
And it would mess with you.
Yes. It was really creepy. But it's just the music.
Yeah.
It's just the music, like the ping, ah! They always do that. And that's how they get the little jump scares or whatever. But really, for the most part, I find a lot of horror films hilarious.
Majority of them can be hilarious just because of decision making.
Yeah.
Decision making on its own can change a whole movie for you.
Right.
Where you'll just be laughing at it, questioning everything, and then just looking at everybody else in the theater like, am I the only one noticing this crap going on? That's literally all that's going to happen.
All that you're going to end up doing while watching a horror film, I promise you, is being frustrated because the black woman went into the house with the white man that she didn't know, and
Joe,
that's not something that we
Joe,
do.
It's okay that you don't like Barbie. It's okay. We've gotten past that. It's okay.
No, I haven't. That's so weird. It was terrible. It was a terrible movie and decision, and
Go watch Barbarian. So you can make a decision if you liked it like I did or hated it like Joe did.
go watch
that'll
it.
Make all
Go
sense.
hate watch it with your friends.
And that one's probably one of the least gory horrors you'll watch that came out in recent time frame.
That's facts. It wasn't that gory.
It wasn't like you saw 3 people get killed and one person get killed off screen.
Some nudity, but not the type of nudity you want to see.
No, not your 80s nudity where it's just, oh, she naked. It's a, she naked.
This is like, Put that away.
If you need things like that, that'll just get you back out of it to where you're just like, you don't overtake everything too serious in the world.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us take stuff way too serious in the world.
We do.
Especially with some of y'all in these reality TV shows. Y'all take that way too serious compared to a horror movie. So that's why I'm just saying, if you can just go in, give a movie a shot like we do almost every other week.
Yeah.
And just go in open-ended, see if you like it, see if you don't. That's all we ask.
That's it. Have an open mind. You know
That's
what I'm saying? we're trying to, because like you said earlier, so many people are crying out for original films and original content in terms of cinema. Right. When in fact, most movies that come out are original.
Mm-hmm.
They may be indie, they may be small budget, but they don't get the support from the people who are crying out for new films. So this situation with Sinners, was not only it was a new film with a high budget director, it was a blockbuster.
Yeah. A lot of people were thinking this was gonna fail before it came out.
And now it's over 100 and something million.
It's doing great numbers.
Yeah, worldwide. I mean, so what we gonna do, man? We're gonna continue to be scared and, you know what I'm saying, act like, you know, we don't have the victory, and or are we gonna start giving things chances? You know, like there's a lot of creators out here who aren't able to create brand new and original content because of these thought processes.
Exactly.
These binary thought processes.
Exactly.
Which, I hate to say it, makes you rather simple.
It does.
You know?
It does. And that doesn't even go for anybody just strictly in the church. That goes for everybody.
It goes for everybody.
Yeah. like, there's so many other things out there in this world that you could be entertained by. There's also some bad stuff out there that's not good, but you gave it a chance.
Yeah.
I gave a movie with Sasquatches a chance, and all they did was grunt the whole movie.
Yeah.
Was it a bad look on my part? After I watched it, yeah. But I gave it a chance, so just to let y'all know if it was good or not.
Right.
So,
and there was a movie we watched together. What was the name of it? Where we just kind of would look up at the ceiling for a while.
Another horror movie that supposedly was supposed to be the scariest movie of all year, Skinamarink. We looked in a very dark corner of a whole theater.
Yep.
To think we might have saw something. We didn't get an answer of what happened. I had to read online what happened. And people still love this movie. And we thought it was one of the worst movies we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Would you want to look in that top corner of this screen in the pitch black with a faulty old school VHS static just to think you saw something move?
And a kid maybe whispering in the background.
That was the whole movie. That was the whole movie, y'all.
We watched cartoons, and that was the most entertaining part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep. So
even the supposed killing scene, it was just, let's say you watch paint go across the screen. That was literally the murder.
Yeah. So a lot of these horror films, that you're afraid of, are actually less gory than the action films that you love.
Yeah, y'all watch a whole Marvel Cinematic Universe of people die, but you can't watch probably the least messed up horror movie out there.
Right.
You'll be watching this, but I can't watch Scream. It's too much. There's more killing in any Marvel movie than a Scream movie.
For real.
Scream, you get like 4 or 5 stabs, a weird reveal to where you're just like, how are you the person? And then you go on about your life in Scream movies.
It's Scooby-Doo.
It's literally Scooby-Doo. That's it.
Anyway, man, I just wanted to get on here and rant. I didn't really have a script or anything like that to follow, but give stuff a chance. Stop being so scared all the time.
Right.
I've been Joe.
I've been Travis.
And this is Candid at the Movies. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. Share this video with your scary friends, too.
Right.
Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace.